Hey, what's up guys? Rome here from Team Duel League. I just want to showcase a deck profile for Crystrons. I've been kind of playing around with him just for fun, casual games. Um, so I just wanted to share my deck profile and also just kind of like a personal reference. So without further ado, let's get started with a deck profile. So Crystrons are basically like a special archetype that is kind of like Formula Synchron type of thing, where you can synchro during your opponent's turn. The tuners revive monsters from graveyard or banish, but mainly it's Citri which is the main monster that you use. So triple Citri, that's one of the most important tuners. Probably the fastest engine to use instead of the level 1, which is Quanda, or the Ryan, which is the level 3. I only played 2 of them just so you can recycle back your other Crystron monsters that you have banished from Citri. I do not play the level 1. It just right now I don't have any build that's gonna have a lot more synergy with it. So I just played the 3 and 2. For the non-tuner, the card that really makes the deck a lot more playable is the Sulfanier. What he does is you discard a Crystron card to the graveyard, special summon him in defense, and he can destroy 1 card. So if you destroy himself, he can special summon another Crystron monster from the deck. So he pretty much have like the combo. After the deck profile, I'm gonna show you guys a small little combo, just so you can have an idea of what Crystrons can do. Triple Smiger. Smiger is your spell and trap searcher. Triple Thistverd. I'm probably saying the names wrong. They really have pretty complicated names. Thistverd is your searcher, your monster searcher. So if it's in a graveyard, you can banish it to search another Crystron monster. While Smiger is the one that you banish from the graveyard and you search a spell and trap. 2 of the turtle. When you can banish him from the graveyard and special summon a Crystron monster from your hand. So basically, all Crystron have the same effect of you can target 1 face-up card and special summon a tuner from your deck. So all of them have that, except for the tuners, obviously. 1 Rosenix, it's a good level 4. It has a pretty good attack, 1800. You can banish it from the graveyard and then special summon a level 1 token to your side of the field. So it's just another name for Crystrons. It has a little bit of like play, but I do like to play it too. Triple Scrap Recycler. This is one of the cards that you use for the main combo of this deck, which, like I said, I'll show you guys after the deck profile. Really important. And since Scrap Recycler is really important, you want to try and get as much. You want to try and open up with Scrap Recycler as much as possible, and Mathematician is another way of doing that. For the non-Crystron, we play 1 Maxi, because you can chain this to your opponent so you can draw cards, but also it's a level 2 that Citri can grab back from the graveyard and synchro for a level 4, which is one of the Crystron tuner, which is a synchro. You can also put this back to the deck by using Crystron Ryan and shuffle it back to the deck by synchroning a level 5. I play 2 Mechlord Weissel. I personally like this card. It is a level 1, so it has good synergy with being able to synchro with it. The downside is if he's face up on the field, he's the only one who can attack, but also at the same time he has a really good effect that you can take 1 synchro monster from your opponent's side, which was popular back in synchro format, but mainly his effect is that he can negate a spell card once per turn. So the way to summon him is that you just destroy, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, and then he triggers, and then he gets special summoned. So for a level 1 monster, he have a 2500 attack. So all in all, it's a really great card. Tuning Gum is a personal tech of mine, because I do want to summon the Crystron Synchro, and it requires 2 tuners, which is very easy to accomplish with this deck. But also at the same time, Tuning Gum is just an awesome tech card, and it makes your other card a tuner as well. So it makes it a lot easier to summon the Crystron Synchro, because it actually requires 2 tuners. So for you guys who is actually playing Red Dragon Archfiend type of deck, you guys might want to tech this in. It's a really great card, because some of the hot Red Dragon or Red Dragon Archfiend requires 2 tuners. So really great card, and it also has a graveyard effect that if your Synchro monster gets targeted, you can banish this card and negate that activation. It doesn't destroy, but it just negates that activation, which is still good. So now for the spells, one of the best spells for this deck is Starlight Junction. So since you are synchroning during your opponent's turn, Starlight Junction shuffles a card from your from anywhere on the field back to the deck. So obviously you're gonna target your opponent's cards. Really great. And since Starlight Junction is such an amazing card, trying to find a way to search it would be Terraforming. A really popular card right now. Almost every deck plays it. Once you have Starlight Junction, you're pretty set from there. So I don't need to play three of the Terraforming. 2 is enough. Also the fact that we're playing 3 copies of Starlight Junction. So just for consistency purposes, I try to play 2. Limiter, personal favorite. Doubles machines attack. Soul Charge, so once you used up pretty much all your combo, you can Soul Charge and try and Synchro again, trying to set up your board. Book of Moons, staple. Foolish Burial, so you can dump either Thistburn or Smiger, so you can easily search right away. Since it is a combo piece, I do like playing triple Mystical Space Typhoon. I was playing Twin Twister, but for some reason I end up really needing pretty much all the combo pieces from my hand, so I switched back to just playing triple Typhoon. This card right here is one of the biggest piece for the combo. So this is the card that you search for Smiger. It's special. It's basically a return from the Dark Dimension. You special summon a Crystron monster from your banish, which is very easy to have, especially with Citri, because when Citri is used, both Citri and the other material gets banished. You can also search, like I said, you can search this with Smiger, makes the whole combo so much faster. And then obviously the triple strike, warning, and compulse. So just generic trap cards, because like I said, the deck pretty much combos during your opponent's turn, so most of the time you'll end up needing some good traps. So for your extra deck, we play 1 Quarion Gandrox. He's the one that needs 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner. When he special summon, you banish 3 cards basically, because that's how many materials you use. You can actually use more than just 2 tuners, so it's 2 or more tuners and 1 non-tuner. This guy is a generic 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner, so that he's a lot easier to make. He banishes all or all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. We play Trish, because why not? Trish is amazing. We play 1 Vermilion. It's another level 9, so all these 4 guys are level 9. Also Vermilion's a machine, and it requires only 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner, so it's super easy to make him. For a 7, this guy is actually really amazing, a super heavy Samurai Stealth Ninja. So you special summon in defense, and he can attack in defense using his defense points. And one more thing that's great about him is that when you pop him using a Crystron monster, during the next standby phase, he comes back because of his own effect. So really great tiny engine. For level 6, we have Kendama and Inzectron. Since you synchro during your opponent's turn, Inzectron's amazing, so he wouldn't be destroyed by battle or card effect. Kendama's there to just kind of push, and it's also a machine, because Crystron have restriction of you can only summon machines after using their effect. Double Quandrox, because he is basically the higher level Formula Synchron. Outside of the tuners, the main monster tuners, he's the only one that's a synchro that can synchro during your opponent's turn. One Amatrix, you can play more of her, but I choose to play other level 5. Just for example, Chambra, because him with limiter is basically game. Catastor, just a old school card that's one of my favorites. Formula Synchron, I rarely play this. This is probably something I would be replacing. And since they are machines, and it's super easy to get a Sylphoneer or a level 5 Synchro, making Nova is super easy, and slap a Infinity on top of that. So yeah, that is the deck profile. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to cut it short from here, and then I'm going to do a small combo in the next video.